everybody, good afternoon. Thank you for watching Divine's Affinity. We are back with another episode. Now, everybody, a lot has went down yesterday and it is crazy. The internet is pretty much crashing right now when it comes to Will Smith. Now, it guys, I'm speechless by what I just witnessed. Those of you who know me, I am in the film business as well, and I'm actually working on projects now. Let me just give y'all some let me give you a feed on what I was doing and how I got the news. Okay, so what's crazy, guys, is I was actually, I didn't want to watch the Oscars. I've always been against the Oscars, and I was because I just because of the nominees and who they pick and who wins, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Is that contradicting what I do? Yeah, in a way, but I have my own little ways of being clever and getting into the business myself. Because I'm actually trying to be an independent filmmaker and actor and director. So that's just me. But put that aside. How it was crazy, guys. I felt like when I saw the clips, I felt like I was watching the BET Awards. I was like, what the hell? I mean, I knew Beyonce was going to perform. And when I saw the Beyonce performance, I was like, it's funny how Beyonce, she's not performing at the Oscars, but she's performing in LA. And that's another thing. What's going on with this LA East Compton thing going on? Is that a sign? I actually want to actually do a reading on that, because it's crazy how we just saw the Super Bowl in LA, and now we're seeing Beyonce in LA. Like, what the hell's going on? But I get it, guys. I get it. Don't be too quick to judge. It was because of the movie, Serena Williams. They were based on East LA. I get that, I get that. So I'm at home doing my homework, right? And I send a link to my sister, let her know Beyonce just got through performing. And then all of a sudden, I think it was 5 minutes. I'm doing my script writing, doing my homework for school. And next thing you know, my sister sent me a text message saying, Gavin, are you watching the Oscars? And I'm like, what? So she calls me. So I answer the phone. I'm like, hey, what's going on, sis? She like, yeah, are you watching the Oscars? Will Smith just slapped the shit out of fucking Chris Rock. Chris Rock. I said, what? Yeah, watch it. And but I watch everything on YouTube, so I can't like see it live, so I'm waiting. I wait probably like, I think about like 5 minutes, and it was already downloaded on YouTube. And I was like, what the hell? So I watched it. And you see, Will Smith walk up to Chris Rock and be like, smack him. And I'm like, at first I was like, wait, this gotta be staged. Then I see him go sit down. And you don't hear it because they edit the words, So I'm listening, and he goes, and I'm like, wait, what'd you say? What did he say? I'm like, what did he say, y'all? And you just see like Chris Rock like, no, let me fix my face. Let me get it right. Cause he was like, well, that's gonna be a history moment. And I was like, what the I was like, what the hell just happened? I didn't know what happened there because they edit the words. So I was, Shade Room, they leaked it, on Instagram. And then I got on Instagram, and then all of a sudden everybody was flooding me with all these videos. And I actually saw what happened. And it was crazy because you just start to see Will Smith. They showed a full clip. And I'm not going to show you guys the full clip because I know you guys seen it over 1,000 times already. So I'm not going to do that. But I don't want people to relive that moment because it was, trust me, it was embarrassing. It was very devastating. So next thing you know, I saw the whole clip, and you see like Will Smith, you see Chris Rock talking about G.I. Jane movies, like, hey, Jada, when we go see another G.I. Jane Part 2? And everybody's like, everybody laughing. And I see Will Smith laughing too. He was laughing too, so I thought everything was cool. And then all of a sudden, Jada was like, she did this number, she was just like, And I was like, and then I guess Will Smith was like, wait, did you just say something to my woman? And then you see him walk up, and I'm thinking he go give him a hug or something, and then he just go. It looked like he punched him, but then you see his hand go like this. So I was like, he slapped him. But then, he a good actor, so he could be like, so so you don't really know what really happened. So I'm like, oh my God, what did this just happen? And then, Chris Rock, you ain't that good of an actor. So I know when he got hit, and they showed the sideways clip, like, so I knew like he done knocked the shit out of him. So this was real. This was not staged, guys. So all you guys that seen this, I even slow motion. I had to get on YouTube because you can get on YouTube and slow motion it. You can do the speed, and he actually hit him. Guys, this was real. This was real. So I was like, oh goddamn. And the camera showed Beyonce, and Beyonce was like, she couldn't even keep a straight face. And you just see Jay-Z like, that's how I knew it was real. Everybody was not in on this. Everybody was like, they showed Nicole Kidman like, like it was shocking, y'all. Everybody, because Will Smith he's known for the good guy in Hollywood. Like he never gets angry, he never raises his voice. He gets along with white people, everybody. So nobody would expect Will Smith to do something like that. So I was just like, what the hell? So I couldn't even focus, guys. That's how bad it was. I could not even focus on my homework at this time. It was that freaking devastating. So I go to sleep on it. I wake up. And when my sister sent me the text, something told me, Spirit was talking to me then. And the first thing that I got in my head when my sister sent me that text, I said, it was a setup. It was a setup. I didn't know why, but that word just kept popping up. It was a setup. Now I know what you people are. I know what y'all thinking. I already know what you're thinking. Yeah, look, the stage. I bet Chris and him was in on it. But no, this is real. He did smack him. But the question is, why did he smack him, and why at the Oscars? So I remember way back I don't know if you remember, I don't know how long ago it was. I think it was like, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. Was 6 years ago. 6 years ago, remember his wife, Jada Pinkett, went on to boycott the Oscars. Remember that? She had this deep speech. So I went and uploaded the video, so I'm gonna show it to you guys, and just check this out, okay? Hi, today is Martin Luther King's birthday, and I can't help but ask the question: is it time that people of color recognize how much power, influence that we have amassed, that we no longer need to ask to be invited anywhere? I ask the question, have we now come to a new time and place where we recognize that we can no longer beg for the love, acknowledgement, or respect of any group? That maybe it's time that we recognize that if we love and respect and acknowledge ourselves in the way in which we are asking others to do, that is the place of true power. I'm simply asking the question. Here's what I believe. The Academy has the right to acknowledge whomever they choose, to invite whomever they choose. And now I think that it's our responsibility now to make the change. Maybe it is time that we pull back our resources and we put them back into our communities, into our programs, and we make programs for ourselves that acknowledge Okay, guys. So the fact that Chris. Okay, guys. So you just heard that, right? So you just heard what Jada Pinkett said. So this is my thing. Okay, hold on. I got people calling me. Okay, they hung up. Okay, so this is the thing, guys. So you just got through hearing Jada Pinkett say that we as black people, because let's not be forgettable, but they weren't we weren't winning any Oscars back then. As good as actors as we are, people of color, we weren't winning anything at the Oscars back then. Remember, this was 6 years ago. Jada boycotted the Oscars 6 years ago. But did you hear what she said in the video? She said, when are we going to start investing in ourselves? When are we going to start taking back and create our own academies and get our power back? As many times as they blackfaced us, try to be like us, and when I say color, I mean all races. I'm not just saying black people, guys. Don't come at me. I'm saying all of us. When are we going to do that? And so they haven't forgot about that. The Academy has not forgotten about that, guys. They have not forgot about that. So fast forward to that time, and she thanked Chris. She said, Chris, I really appreciate you. Go ahead. I know you're going to be funny. Kill him. She said that. Now let me take you to Chris. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back, guys, because I'm going to show y'all everything. Oh, crap. Give me a second, guys. What the hell is going on with my... Find me later. Okay, so check this out, guys.
I'm here at the Academy Awards, otherwise known as the White People's Choice Awards.
Chris Rock tackled diversity head-on during his opening monologue at the Oscars, delivering jokes that were both hilarious and poignant, like this one, where he called out Jada Pinkett Smith for boycotting the show.
Is she on a TV show? Jada boycotting the Oscars is like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. Jada's mad her man, Will, was not nominated for concussion. I get it. Tell the truth. I get it. You get mad. Said it's not fair that Will was this good and didn't get nominated. You're right. It's also not fair that Will was paid $20 million for Wild Wild West, okay?
The comedian kept things mostly lighthearted, but ended on a serious note, offering his perspective on the Oscars So White controversy.
So it's not about boycotting anything. It's just we want opportunity. We want the black actors to get the same opportunities as white actors. That's it.
Immediately following the monologue, stars praised Rock on social media, including Amy Schumer, Oprah, and Ellen DeGeneres.
Okay, people. So you get it. You get where I'm coming from, right? You get where I'm coming from. So now you see why Will Smith did what he did, right? But that's not even it, guys. That's not even it. So it's so much, guys, to really say. But you get where I'm coming from, right? That's the reason why I said this was a setup. It had to be a setup. So the question we're going to ask Spirit today, guys, was it a setup? Was it a setup? Because I don't believe that Chris Rock was prepared for that hit. I think they gave him a cue card and they told him, look, Will Smith is going to win his Oscar tonight. You know about it. But we want you to do the nominees. We want you to say it. And talk, you know what? Talk about his wife. Because if you guys didn't notice, they was coming for Will Smith hard. I mean, did you see the red carpet? You saw how they kept asking him about the entanglement? You kept seeing how uncomfortable he got with it. But, you know, Will Smith, a man, he always going to, you know, keep his composure. Because that's what Will Smith been doing his whole time being an actor. He always keeps his composure. Remember when they tried to kiss him that one time? And he went like, well, what you doing? Remember he smacked that guy? They always been testing Will. But Will always kept his composure. So Jada, which I have to give the side eye to, and you know what, guys, you can call me out all you want to. Jada, this is all your fault. I gotta call it, guys. I know a lot of people don't want to say what they want to say, but I'm gonna say it. Jada, you had a lot to do with this. And I'm gonna get back to that later, but I'm not gonna tell you why. But anyways, it was a setup. Because what they did basically, Spirit, talk to me. Was this a setup between Chris Rock, the Academy, and Will Smith? Was this a setup? Please talk to me, Spirit. Talk to me. If you don't mind, could you bring Chris Rock's spirit guides along with Will Smith's spirit guides into the room? Please talk to me, Spirit. Please talk to me. Remember, guys, this is all for entertainment purposes only. Please like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell for all notifications. Put it down in the Dropbox. Put your comments down if you think this is a hoax. Did you think it's a hoax? I want your opinion. I want to hear what y'all got to say. Okay? Please talk to me, Spirit. Was this a setup? Did they set Will Smith and Chris Rock up? I'm going to say both. I'm not just going to talk about Will. I'm not just going to talk about Chris. Did they set both of them up? Because I believe it's a setup. Now, because we going to get deep in this video, guys. I know a lot of them other psychics ain't saying what I'm going to say, but we about to get real deep. Please, Father God, talk to me about Will Smith and Chris Rock. Was this a setup? Please, Father God, please allow me to see and say anything and everything you allow me to say and see. Father God, Chris Rock and Will Smith are your loves. They are your children's. They are your beloveds. Please authorize me to say and see anything and everything you authorize me to say and see. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen, amen, amen. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. Okay. So, now everybody is kind of two-sided. Everybody's saying, did Will Smith do the right thing for going up there and smacking Chris Rock? Now, me personally, I feel like he deserved it. But then I have to push my ego back, and I got to be like, he didn't deserve that. That's fucked. We got to look at it. Sometimes we got to look at it at a three-point perspective. And we got to look at the big picture, right? Damn. I'm kind of glad Will Smith did that, because it goes to show you he ain't no punk. Because all we know, that's what the media and all of everybody out there, the fans, were saying. Why? Because the entanglement, remember? The entanglement that Jada Pinkett started. When she went on that table talk and when she told everybody that she fell out of love. And she talked about how her and August Alsina had a thing. Right there. First off, you put your business out there. You know, as black people, We gotta always be guarded. That's what you get when you think you got the same privilege as these other people. You let your kids look at your kids. Look at Jaden, look at Will, and you see how they are. You know, when you give that authority to think you have the same privilege as other people, that's where you get wrong at. You know, when she did that, Jada, you did it. Look what happened. Now, they said he punched her because Jada was having alopecia. Her hair was falling out of her head, you know. And when Chris Rock made that joke, it was very emotional for her. And you know, you got to understand, he's going to defend his wife no matter what. At the end of the day, when everybody leaves the Oscars, what are they going to remember about you when they see you get up out of your seat and walk out as well? They're going to remember when that joke that Chris Rock said about you losing your hair. So I think it clicked and it hit Will to a point where he was like, wait, we ain't gonna talk about my woman like that. So when he went up there, you know, he did what he had to do. I felt like I didn't just feel like he smacked Chris, I felt like he smacked the world to be like, don't talk about my goddamn wife. No matter what, I got kids by this woman. Don't ever put that in your fucking mouth again. Not only you, but to the world, to the whole fucking Oscars. I felt like that's what that hit was about. Now, I don't condone violence. Don't get it twisted, guys. That was wrong. There's other ways to win the war. But at the end of the day, we got to see a different side of Will. And I think that's the reason why he got the Oscar. Because we got to see him out of his element. Okay? Give me, guys, another second. People are calling me. Oh, God damn. We got to see another side of Will. So I felt like it was necessary. But then my sister told me something and it made me think. She said, no, Gavin, that was wrong. And I said, what do you mean that was wrong? She said, that was wrong. Because you got to understand, Will Smith is looked at as a role model. Not just to kids, but to every young man out there. You know, he's looked at as, to black people, he's looked at as a positive role model. Now, guys, let's be real. We ain't got that many role models out there. Especially black men. We got like Denzel. Will Smith is next according to Denzel. So why would we go left with that? So my sister, what she was trying to tell me, and sometimes, guys, you got to be checked. You can't always be right all the time. You got to understand, I'm human. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes too. But that's all because we're human. What Will Smith just did, stop putting him in a box like he's this good guy. He gets along with everybody. He's human, people. He's human. So going back to what my sister said, he's a role model. If he slaps somebody, next thing you know, it's going to be a TikTok thing. Everybody's going to be slapping people. So I was like, oh, you so right. You know, I didn't think about it like that. But he could have conducted himself a different way. But why did he do that? I understand. And that's another part. You got to understand why he did it. Think about it, man. Ever since Will Smith walked in there, people were coming at him left and right. Remember, Gina Hall went up there and she said, all the men out there who got COVID, come on stage. And she said, and you know, Regina Hall is Jada Pinkett's best friend. You know, they was on Girls Trip together, all of that. Matter of fact, they got part 2 coming out pretty soon. They're going to have to link up. So she said, she pointed out Will Smith, like, Will, you got to come up here too. Come on. I know you single, you in the entanglement. That's when I knew something was up. And Will was like, but I thought about it. I was like, wait, why everybody fucking with Will Smith? Now, out of all those good movies that he done had, from I Am Legend, which should have got an Oscar, Pursuit of Happiness, should have got an Oscar, Suicide Squad, Men in Black, Wild Wild West, which I didn't really care too much for that one, Concussion, which is the reason why Jada boycotted the Oscars. All these Independence Day, all these goddamn good movies that Will done did, that he done shape-shifted himself. Muhammad Ali, he ain't never got an Oscar. How dare you ruin his night with these stupid jokes? How dare you come up here when it's supposed to be my night to win an Oscar? I'm the nominee here. And you come out here and you tell all this stuff about my wife, my entanglement. You don't think that it's going to build up? You think he's just going to be full of laughs? No, you know what happened? The Academy knew. They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. They set him up. Everybody know when they give a black person an award, an Oscar, they finish with you. They're done with you. They wanted to get the Smiths out. They set them all up. See, these are the things that people don't pay attention to. They set you up. Look at Monique when she won Precious. They set them up. And they used it because of what Jada said when she wanted to boycott the Oscars. You got to understand, when that situation happened in 2016, when she boycotted the Oscars was never the same. They was never the same. Black people stopped going. Black people stopped watching. You know, there's more of us than anything, right? We the ones that are the viewers. We give you the main views, the main votes, all of that. Oscars went down. Nobody. Next thing you know, they start campaigning. They start giving people of color. They start giving Hispanics. They start giving Mexicans, natives, all kind of people Oscars on. They had to do it, but I think they hated that with a passion. They hated when Jada Pinkett made that statement. And those of you who know, Jada Pinkett have never been the same since. Her career has never been the same. You haven't seen her. Look at her profile. Look at her filmography. She ain't got no movies like Will got movies. She said it and they hated her. But when Will defended his wife, because they tried to use that entanglement thing to get rid of them too. But Will was smart. He never gave up on his wife. And that's one thing I will respect about Will. Remember, guys, we had a video that I just did about Megan. And I told you how people will put you up against black women. I've already explained this to y'all. Okay? This shouldn't be nothing new to y'all. They're using them. Okay? These people are these people who have the power. These secret society, Illuminati, they play chess pieces. They play a game of chess and checkers. So they know everything what they're about to do when they announce it. You hear what I'm saying? Do y'all hear what I'm saying? It was a setup. They put two brothers to fight against each other. When these brothers got history. Yeah, Chris Rock and Will Smith got a strong history. They both were on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Jada Pinkett and Chris Rock was on the movie too. They were both on Madagascar. Remember that? Do y'all remember that? You think these people are going to have an envy against each other? No. Will Smith fell for it. They got him because they know he was emotional and they knew they can get him through his wife. It's all a setup. I knew they was coming for Will. Something told me Will was next. When I heard he was going to get nominated, I didn't even want to watch it. That's why I didn't want to watch it. I said, I can't. They're going to set his ass up. They're going to set him up. I cannot watch this. And then look what happened. But I like how Will kept his composure, and I like how he ended it with that speech. It was beautiful. Guys, see, that's one thing about us. You can do whatever the fuck you can. You can beat us. You can manipulate us. But one thing for sure, we always stand strong. Always. And if you come for Will Smith, you better come from Alex Baldwin. You better come from him. Because he shot that film director and he still ain't got charged for that shit. So don't be talking about no fucking Will Smith. Anyways, was this a setup, Spirit? Calm me down, Spirit. Was this a setup? Was this a setup? What we gonna see? The first card I get is Eternal Dance. I get movement, will of life, path to least resistance. The Oscars was just doing their dance. They do what they mainly do. They get comedians to come up there to hype everybody, to give them to do a little bitty dance to start the show off, right? They started off with some humor, but they're really making fun of you. Okay? It's a tradition. What I see next is I get remembrance. They were remembering what Jada Pinkett said from the past. And they were like, Will Smith is getting the Oscar? Oh, perfect time to get him. We're going to get his ass. Remembrance of past feelings and emotions. The Oscars was remembering this. They haven't forgot it. And last but not least, I get that the Oscars they're going through emotional cleansings. I feel like they've been exposed. Their active waves were alerting them. They got success because now they got what they wanted. They wanted the attention, they wanted the views, and boy, I say, did they get it. But right now they're in their emotions about it because it went wrong, and they're exposed. And it exposed not only just that, but the scrutiny of everything. What I see in the past, I get it's an emotional loss. They hold this as a grudge. They were already feeling some type of way. What I see right now is that they're standing their ground no matter what. They didn't care, but they knew that they were going to stand their ground when it came to the Oscars. They were not going to be finished with this. And last but not least, they got success. They got success when it came to getting even with the Smith family. And they're standing in their emotions about it. But they're having a little bit of doubt because they really don't care. Let's see what Tarot's saying. The first card I get, they were coming for the family. I get family support. I get that they knew that they were going to be at a path with least resistance. They worked through Jada. They worked through the kids. They want to end the Smith family. Because if you really pay attention to it, they're trying to ruin them because they're getting powerful. Remember how Jada Pinkett said, let's invest in our own selves? And what has Jada been doing behind the scenes? She's been doing she's her own director, right? She's her own film director. Will Smith is being his own film director. I think he did Bright. I think he executive produced Bright, right? That movie, Netflix, another good movie. Okay? So they knew they had to get even with the family. What's crossing the family is I get this King of Cups man. Something dealing with the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Who is this? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I know Will is a Libra. Chris Rock, what sign is he? What sign is Chris Rock? Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, Chris Rock is a Aquarius. He was born February the 7th. So this is not Chris Rock. I get a water sign man, right? I don't know if he's the owner of the Oscars or something about this water sign man, right? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces man is what crosses this. Family support, right? Whew. Um, I'll look up Denzel too to see what Denzel is as well. What they're standing on is when it came to the work, when it came to the movies and stuff like that, the Eight of Pentacles. When it comes to an upcoming movie that maybe Will Smith is about to do. Okay, I don't know what this film is, but I feel like um, mm, there's something about a contract. I feel like they were when I look at this card, I get like they were looking at something. They were investigating something overnight. So this was worked on overnight, you guys. This was worked on overnight, and like I said, they were going through past memories and emotions. So this is basically what they were doing. They were setting him up. So guys, I will say this: yes, it was a setup. What I see in the past, I get that they were fools. They didn't know what they were getting into because I get the fool's card. So I felt like Will Smith and Chris Rock basically fell into a trap. I don't think they got in, they actually knew what they were getting themselves into. Okay. But with that being said, yeah, they were on a journey. It was very transparent. That's what I want to say. In the past, it was very transparent of what the Oscars was doing. What they know is they both know that they're trapped in fear. When I get this card, you can't go nowhere. They were blindfolded at the Oscars, is what they know. They actually, so this was a setup, guys. They basically set them up. And with this setup, I get that in the past, it has something to do with emotional loss. That's why I get the number 5. It has something to do with emotional loss, guys. And they are in their feelings and their emotions. And they feel exposed, which they're going to get exposed more. What I see what's in front of them is I get success. They end up eventually got success, guys. They got what they wanted. They got even with the Smiths. What I see, what they're thinking right now, they're thinking about Will Smith because this is an air sign man, right? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This is Will Smith. Or it could be Chris Rock because they're both air sign men. And what's crazy is they're both number 7 people. Chris Rock and Will Smith are the same people. They're very probing. They're very secretive. And they have a good deep intuition. They love to travel. They love to do things like, in that sort. Guys, it's kind of sad. Like, one thing about Chris Rock, man, he took that slap like a G. When they hit him, he took that. I don't know how he kept his composure, but I would have punched back at least. But he did that. What I do see, what they're thinking right now is, or what they know right now, is that Will Smith and Chris Rock are standing their ground. I also get that they both are having success, or what in their mind they both feel like they have success. What I see, what's around them, it has a lot to do with authority. Has a lot to do with authority, you guys. What I get in the hopes and fears is right now, Will is really feeling sorry for what he did when it came to hitting Chris Rock. I feel like he's really, really hurting badly, and I do feel like there's some regret. There's regret with Will, and there's regret with Chris. It was basically like they were two. They were like two gorillas and I don't. There were two monkeys in the ring. That's what I get. They were two monkeys in the ring, and they just had people laughing at them. It's like they wanted this moment to start. And last but not least, I get the Lovers card, which had they what this was. It was basically Will and Jada. They wanted to get them the whole time, and they finally got their moment. How dare you embarrass the Oscars? Now we will embarrass y'all. That's what this was all about. It was a setup, guys. It definitely was a setup. So I'm gonna read these cards again. What they knew, they were gonna trap them when it came to these lovers. And the hopes and fears was they was gonna have regret. They were gonna make them have regret. They were very transparent in the past. But they knew that whoever this waterman sign is, he was going against the family. He had to cross the family. And did he get successful? Yes. And this tells me it was authority. Okay? It was authority. They worked over this overnight to get them. They planned to trap them. And I get that it was Will Smith and Chris Rock. Now, a lot of you people are thinking, well, why would they do that to Chris Rock? Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this question. And this is how I knew Chris Rock was innocent. And there's no bad blood between him, Chris, and Jada. This is how I knew. So he made the joke about Jada Pinkett's hair, right? He was saying, all of this stuff about, when you're going to be the G.I. Jane. I knew those wasn't his words. Those wasn't Chris Rock's words. Because a long time ago, Chris Rock did a documentary on a film called Good Hair. Did y'all forget? Did some of y'all forget? Let's take a look at this clip. Okay, guys. My point proven. Now, apology goes to you, Chris Rock. Will Smith, I forgive you. Remember, guys, this is the year of forgiveness, okay? Will Smith, if you're watching this video, you can always forgive Will. Chris, you can always forgive Will. It should never went down like that. But what they did, they set us up. They set us up. It's a damn shame. Sad. You see, guys, this is how evil these people are. They want us to fight against each other. That's the whole thing. If you're not doing their narrative, if you're not booty shaking and popping all this and that and the third, they're gonna manipulate you. This is how they manipulate us. Oh, y'all want to come to our Oscars? Well, guess what? We're gonna show you how black y'all can be. And I bet you the Oscar people were like, that's how evil they are, guys. It was a setup. So anyways, guys, and everybody getting on Jada too. Jada, you another one. This is why you can't be friends with everybody. You can't invite everybody to the red table. Because some of those people that you invite are going to go against you. But you let people all up in your business, all in your life, like you doing the world a favor. And look what you did to your man. Look what you did to Will. You embarrassed him how many times? Now, do we know the story about Will and Smith and Jada? We don't know. I'm confused. I mean, at first I hear that Will Smith said they have an open relationship. Then I hear that he's defending his wife. I don't know what to believe. But you know what? This is all karma. You see how karma works? That's what you guys got to understand. Karma is real. If you do something bad, it will come back to you tenfold. I promise you. Now, maybe Jada, they need to laugh at you. I don't know why you didn't ask Tina Knowles or Beyonce them, girl, y'all got a wig I can wear. You did it to yourself. Now, was that scripted? I believe it was. I mean, if Regina Hall and everybody said it was scripted, guys, the Oscars set them up. They set them up. They set them up. Let's pull some more cards, see what we get. I get that they were standing their ground in the past, right? But they were being very, very patient for money. The Oscars I'm talking about. But they were something was arriving. Something was definitely on the arrival. I get they were having mixed emotions, due to how the climate was when it comes to the Oscars and everything. They were having mixed emotions about even inviting them. But they had some tricks up their sleeve. This is when you see this card, this is an evil ass card. Okay, you see how he looks? He looks sneaky. It was a tense situation, but they were going to get them back. They were going to get them back. And it caused a lot of negative energy and a lot of gossip, and that's how they did it. They used everybody. You see the fairies gossiping around the swords? This is what I see is Will Smith family. I see Will, Willow, Jaden, the other son, and Jada Pinkett. They used them. They was a talk of the town. I get in the past they were hoping for a change, right? They were hoping for a change. But they end up getting justice. When it comes to this Emperor Man, or when it comes to, I guess you could say this is Will Smith, the Emperor Man, the man of power, right? I get something about in the past has something to do with an invitation, right? It was something about an invitation, or they was hoping they would accept the invite. But they were being very patient and very loyal. But they were going to come in swinging in the end. Spirit never lies, guys. There was a lot of stuff on the table. A lot of stuff on the table in the past. But they were being persistent with this invitation. They had to come out being really, really gentle about having them to come. And did they get success? There was a lot of confusion going on in the past, a lot of choices that they had to make. But the whole plan, guys, was to stab them in the back. They wanted this to be the end of the cycle. And now it's bringing stress between Will and Jada. Somebody might end up being in the hospital pretty soon. I don't know who it is, but somebody might be in the hospital. You know what they say, guys? Be careful what roles you take, because they might end up being your life. Didn't you hear Will Smith saying that in the while he accepted his award, he said he didn't know he was going to become King Richard. Oh, they sure did make him King Richard, all right. Now he's going to have that stain with him for the rest of his life. I don't even know if he felt like, oh, God dang, guys. See, it's making me mad. He has to remember that for the rest of his life, guys. I got an Oscar for hitting Chris Rock. No, he didn't get an Oscar for King Richard. He got an Oscar for hitting Chris Rock. They wanted to make a fool out of him. They wanted to make a fool out of him. And all you people chiming in, you see, that's all it takes is to get you guys to believe the dumb shit. And they win. Wake up, people. This goes back to my Megan Thee Stallion video when I said you need to start supporting you need to start protecting black women. Did Will Smith do that? Yes, he did that. And all I know is Will Smith has always been a positive role model in my life. Every time he's the first man that I ever known who can get emotional and still look good. He can come off tough. He can come off emotional. Will Smith is my hero. He's my hero. And I'm not going to let neither one of y'all or the people at the fucking Academy, stop him. Because if you do that, we shall overcome. It's going to be a Martin Luther King up in this bitch. Speaking of Martin Luther King, the time they boycotted the Oscars was around Martin Luther King, January the 18th, which is my fucking birthday. Don't get me started. Don't get me started, y'all. Don't get me started. After this, guys, I know everybody having a good time, making fun of the shit, laughing and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, y'all sleeping at night. They can't sleep at night. They like, whoa, dang. He got an Oscar, all right. Pathetic, guys. Just ridiculous. It's always some shit, guys. We can't never have a fucking good year. Do you know that? We can never all be civilized. Why can't we be so civilized, people? It's always some shit. Spirit, please talk to me about the final outcome. Ooh, Jesus. Talk to me about the final outcome, Spirit. What is the final outcome? Dang. But you know what? We got your back, Will. Chris Rock, I want Will Smith to do an apology. I want him to really come out there and give him an apology. I really do. I think it'll be worth it. I get companion as a final outcome. Companion. Loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Companion. See what the book says. As a final outcome, companion. Companion. Sidekick. Right arm. Consort. Loyal, tenacious, unselfishness. Provides a symbolic service to a stronger or more authoritative personality. Emotional rather than sexual support helps others focus on their mission. Let me read that again. Emotional rather than sexual support helps others focus on their mission. Look for a lifelong pattern of playing loyalty companion to others. Now, what can I get out of that, Spirit? Let me look at the shadow side. The shadow side. Betrayal by misusing confidence, loss of personal identity. Okay. Now that kind of makes sense. The shadow side manifests as betrayal, which damages the soul as a suppression of your own needs. They wanted to damage his soul. Just for their own needs. Guys, please like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell for all notifications. I'm sorry it went down this way. Black people, we need to be better. We need to stop giving in to these people. Now, one thing that Will Smith said that I did not like, and when he went up there to make his speech, and Will Smith, you always be crying. Goddamn, stop crying. Stop crying, Will Smith. We've seen it so many times. Every freaking movie you made or TV show, you cry. Anyways, I'm over myself. One thing I did not like that Chris Brown. Will Smith said was when Denzel Washington told him something. He said, Denzel told me, like, whenever you get to this place, the devil is always there to knock you down. When he said that, goddamn, what have I told you guys when it comes to the devil? The devil ain't shit. He ain't gonna never be shit. He would never ever be shit. He ain't no fucking body. So this is the thing about the devil, guys. Nothing happens to you unless you believe in it. We need to stop. We need to stop giving the devil credit, guys. This is a lesson learned from this video. Stop giving the enemy credit. We're gonna have to start being accountable for what we do. Let that be a lesson learned. Be accountable for what we do as people. Stop giving the devil credit, because when you say like the devil do shit, you're making it seem like you don't have the problem. That, oh, the devil did this. The devil made me do this. The devil did this. No, the enemy is in you. You are your own worst enemy. Stop giving the devil fucking credit. He ain't shit. He ain't go never be shit. Let me read an angel card. I'm gonna have to read an angel card for this video. Spirit, what kind of angel assistance can you give us, and can you give the people? Give Will Smith, please, or Chris Rock. It's just so devastating, Spirit. Please talk to me, Spirit. God damn. Jada, I believe this is your karma. You gotta understand, Will Smith been ride or die with your ass for the longest. Hell, nobody didn't tell you to go bald at the Grammys. Nobody didn't tell you to tell your man's business. Nobody told you to say, you did this. Oh, I forgot. Let me take that back. August Alsteen came out, but at the same time, you did it. Come on, people. Let's start being accountable for what we do. Spiritual growth. This is what the angels want y'all to know. Spiritual growth. Come on with it, Spirit. Come on with it. Spiritual growth. This is a powerful time for you. Your growth and understanding are unfolding. This is for you, Will Smith and Chris Rock, and those of you listening. Your growth and your understanding are unfolding at an incredible rate, and you feel more connected than ever to your souls, gifts, and purpose. Your angels are encouraging you to keep up the good work and continue expanding your knowledge, experiences, and spiritual connection. When this card arrives for you, it is a confirmation that the experiences and insight you have had recently have been divinely led. You may find yourself connecting to particular energies at this time, or even experiencing angels or guides visiting you. This card is letting you know that these experiences are real and are occurring because of your determination to open up spirituality. The path of light is unfolding for you, and you are being encouraged to hold your head high and focus on spiritual growth. The rest will be taken care of for you. Every experience is a learning experience. You are a student of life and spirit, and what has happened in your life hasn't happened to you, it happened for you. You have incredible resilience and capacity to overcome whatever darkness or unknown you face. No matter what has been served to you, you have been done everything within your might and power to face it and find a way forward. Angels are acknowledging your determination in the positive, kind-hearted, and upbeat energy that has allowed you to become a wonderful person you are today. You may feel that your spiritual gifts are opening much more at this time. Be aware any visions, psychic insights, or connections you develop, as they will be pivotal to your growth. Spiritual growth, guys. And now, when I say spiritual growth, I don't mean religious growth. I don't mean this is what the Bible says. I'm talking about spiritual growth. You need to be spiritually grow, people. And Jada Pinkett, go have sex with your man. After Will Smith did that, I'm pretty sure y'all should have another baby, by the way, on the way. I mean, come on, Jada. You got to give it to Will. That man stood up for you in front of national TV. He embarrassed himself how many times? Because of you? I'm telling you, like Will Smith said, love make you do crazy things. I believe Will loved Jada. I do. But Jada, come on, we as people, we all need to do better, guys. We all need to do better. This is just ridiculous. They just basically turned the Oscars into the BET Awards. That's what that was. I expect that to go down at the BET Awards, not at the Oscars, where we supposed to be professional. Y'all just made us look like, you know, what the Oscars did it. But anyways, guys, please like, share, and subscribe. If you love this video, put the comments down below. I really want to hear what y'all got to say about this entanglement. Because this was interesting, guys. It's crazy, but Spirit said it was a setup. It definitely was a setup. Now, the question is, somebody asks is, will this ruin Will's reputation? Let's see what Spirit says. Will this ruin Will Smith's reputation? Okay. It did put a dent in his reputation. It is shocking. I feel like money won't be the same. I know he's in stress right now, but I do know there's an offer on the table. There's. Oh, I hope they don't take his Oscar away. I don't know, guys. I feel like something unexpected might come out of this. Something unexpected might come out of this, guys. But this was a setup, guys. It was a setup. All right, guys. I'm gonna end this video for today. Yeah, but my prayers go out to Will and his family, and Chris Rock. You know, you took the hit, not for what you said, but you took the hit for the Oscars. So the Oscars, I say, the Oscar goes to the Oscar. But anyways, congratulations, Will Smith, for winning your Oscars. I just really pray you keep it. That's all I got to say, guys. That's all I got to say. But peace, love. I love you all. God bless everybody. We got to do better, guys. We got to do better. And later.